Should be live there, just making sure that I actually am before I start talking. Okay, so what's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Decided to report back for another video. This is Stephen. So yeah, so it's been a little while since my last video. There's been some stuff that has been going on in my own personal life that I kind of needed to take some time away from. But yeah, there's been a lot of stuff that's been happening, not just with the US elections. I think that was the one of the last videos or one of the last subjects that I was talking about. Uh um so thank you, Math Pig. Um so yeah, so as the title of the video suggests, Eliot Page came out as transgender, and to like wonderfully surprisingly positive response, because within like hours there was like IMDb, his wiki page. There was a lot of like those types that like every kind of like media source, every article that was covering the story, um was using the right pronouns and everything else like that. It was all just very, very positive, and it was like surprisingly so. Um, so yeah, so I was, it was kind of, yeah, it was just very, very surprising that it happened, and it happened the way that it did. Um, so yeah, no, no, look, obviously there was some pushback from the more likely candidates or suspects. Sorry, I'm trying to I've reorganized my desk, and I can't figure out how to have my mic like in the frame, but not it would also pick me anyway. Um, so yeah, so there's been some of the more likely pushbacks from the right, and I'm gonna respond to one of those now. So just fucking bear with me there. So Ben Shapipi, he did a reaction, broke down the story, and so we're going to be stopping and starting this, but yeah, this is going to be fun, I think. The actor Eliot Page, but sure, and yeah, was and always will be a woman. No, no. Uh, she so Eliot right now has the genitalia that are that's most associated with female. However, Eliot is a man. Eliot is a man in the same way that I am, that anybody else is. If you're if you feel that the gender that you are is most suited to like more towards masculinity or more towards like manliness, then you're a man. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's kind of simple, or at least it is to me. Mhm. Let's see what that is. Yes, it means that the star of the movie Juno, as well as some others, although Juno was probably the most well-known, at least culturally, movie that Elliot Page has done, um, he came out as trans. Uh, That's what that headline means. I don't know why everybody's kind of like reacting. Is this like, oh my god, this like real like nefarious thing? Like, no, that's what the headline means. I don't know why this is stumping him. Yes. That's not a fucking headline. That's a segment of an article about the headline that he previously wrote out. Like that's not a headline. That's way the fuck too long to be a headline. Like I like it's really surprising to me the fact that this guy who owns a fucking you even see the fucking logo of it down in the corner. Daily Wire, it's a new like it's a news in as much quotation marks as I can possibly put, but he's done journalism, like that's what he does. The fact that he doesn't know that what he just said is way the fuck too long to be a headline is just weird, but let's carry on. I know exactly what the fuck he is going to say here. I know exactly what he is going to say here. He's going to say um the same thing that people said when Caitlyn Jenner came out as trans. They're going to say, "Oh, well, she didn't do any of the accomplishments that she did when she previously, like publicly identified as Bruce." Like like the biggest and obvious example is winning gold at the Olympics. He's going to say that like, oh, the Eliot page hasn't done any of the things that when previously publicly identifying as Ellen Page did, so namely starring in Juno and all of the others. That's what he's going to say. I guarantee fucking to you. It's okay. Sorry, it's not their biological sex. It's It's the gender that best matches the sex that they were born as. But gender and sex are two totally different things. And I know for a fact that Ben has had this explained to him. He's just painfully fucking ignorant, and he's a grifter, and he knows what his audience wants, and so he does it. That's just what he does. It's just so bizarre to me that this is what that like these are the things that yeah. Anyway, ironic. Let the fact like okay, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. He's he's intentionally being a dick. I just want to make sure I just want to go over and just no audio on the oh fuck off. Why not? Okay, very sorry. This is the first time that I've done like this where I'm like going over into where I'm sharing a video. Hmm. Are you guys really not able to hear it? Sorry. Uh Math Pig or Dave, is there anything that you can kind of is there anything that like you can kind of think of that I'm not doing that I could be doing that could like solve this? Is it I forgot to hit share audio. Where the fuck is that? How do I do that though? Okay, we'll just try it again. Oh, look, share audio. Oh, for fuck's sake, there it is. All right, okay, look, basically, okay. Basically, all he has said is like some of the kind of stuff that I had mentioned that he had said, and he intentionally. I'll put it back like 10 or 15 seconds or so, just so you can kind of get the benefit of the last point that I was making there.
World. especially in the media, must immediately flip on a dime, stop calling them by the name everybody knew them as, and stop calling them by their biological sex. You end up with complete nonsense, just complete bleh coming out of the mouths of the media. Now listen, Ellen Page can identify however she wants. I don't care. Really, it makes no difference to me. She is an adult human. She can do whatever she wants. It is a free country. However, it being a free country, I am also...
Yeah, so that's the kind of point that I was making. Yeah, so I presume, Matthew, because you've said there I go, that you can hear it now, which is obviously fantastic. But like that's the point. That was the last point that I had made. He's intentionally misgendering her. He's intentionally doing it because he knows that that's what his audience fucking loves, and like he knows that he has to do that. And I know that he knows that because when he was on Joe Rogan, one of the appearances that he did there, he was talking about Caitlyn Jenner, and you know, he like got at the end of this kind of like not rant, but the end of a point that he was making, and he said, you know, and then when like she appeared on the cover of was it Vogue, or was it like one of those like that like very very famous image when she first kind of came out, and it was like her first photo shoot was when the world got to see what Caitlyn Jenner looks like. So yeah, it was like he was talking about that, and he said she, and there was like a couple of seconds, maybe 3 or 4 seconds went by, and Ben kind of realized what he had said, and then when he was on the cover. So he's intentionally doing this. He's just being a dick for the sake of being a dick. Like there's nothing else that I can kind of say about it.
So free to point out that Ellen Page is, was, and shall remain a woman, because Ellen Page is in fact a woman.
Nope. I mean, you know, she have them titties and a vagina, but that's about it. That is about it. By the way, he's intentionally like meshing this as well. He's intentionally meshing it. He's combining sex and gender, but they're completely like separate things. Like completely separate. It's an upcoming video that it's a topic, or it kind of links extremely strongly to an upcoming video that I have. So I'm just going to kind of touch on it here, but believe me, I'll be kind of going more into the whole kind of sex and gender distinction a little bit later in the video that I have coming next week. But gender would be the fact that like normally and or like more traditionally, or you know, the odds are favoring somebody who was born female who wears like dresses or skirts or like crop tops or any of those sorts of things. That is gender. Gender, you can see it. Look, right there. That is gender. The fact that he is wearing a shirt, and that men, like purely based on tradition, because that's just where this comes from. And by the way, it's changed over the, like, I was going to say decades. I mean, it's changed over hundreds of years. I mean, you think about the fucking ancient Vikings, and every single one of them had long hair, whereas nowadays short hair is traditionally associated with being a like more manly or masculine thing. It's typically seen more so on men than it is on women. So it's seen to be more of a manly thing. That's gender. Like that is what gender is. And like he's intentionally not like he's intentionally combining them in order to like lie to his audience. Basically, there's no other reason why you would combine them, because like we know that there's a distinction between them, and that it's been made and we know about it, and it's like clearly defined for the last like 2 decades or so. This is simple.
Now I'm happy to call Ellen Page Eliot if she wants to be called Eliot, because people change their names all the time, and you can in fact change your name by declaration. You cannot, however, change your sex by declaration.
No one's talking about change. Nobody is saying that we're changing the fucking sex. It's the gender. It's not, fuck. Okay. So here's the thing, right? Because he keeps saying, or like he keeps saying she, right? And I'm pretty sure that like he would prefer Ben now. He would prefer to still call him Ellen, right? That's the name that he would prefer, like in his ideal world, that he would prefer to call Eliot, right? And that like he's done it several times. We've seen it. He's done it several times where he keeps saying she. He keeps using female pronouns for Eliot, right? But the thing is, right? And I had this pointed out to me, and I was pissed off as soon as I heard it because of how mad I was that I didn't think of it. But the point was fucking brilliant. The point was people. Okay, so if a man or a woman, right, changes their name when they get married, right, it's more so done with women, but men do change their last name if they get married, right? So let's just say that their now new married last name is, I'm trying to think of people in my own their new married name is Breen, right? And that their maiden name or their previous name was O'Connor, right? That's what their last name was. Can you imagine how absurd it would be if you had people in your life coming up to you and being like, no, I'm not calling you Brian. Your last name is O'Connor. That's what you can't just change it. You can't just change it. Like, can you imagine how fucking insane that would be if people were to, like, that's insane. So why is this any different? Why is this any different? Why is it any different to simply to be intentionally dead naming someone, to be intentionally using the wrong name? And by the way, look at like all of us, right? All of us, including myself. Including myself. I've probably done it now in this video. I've probably done it. But we're all human and we're still kind of, being introduced to people who are trans in our own personal life. And it's something that we do just kind of have to get more familiar with doing. And it'll come with repetition. And the more people that we know, it will kind of just become easier. But misgendering someone, and it, like when you first find out that somebody is trans, like that's okay to misgender, like the first like couple times, we're talking maximum 5, but after that you're just being a dick. Because especially if you know them, okay, if they're a friend of yours, or if you just know who they are, right, you might not be friends with them, but you know them by name, or you know them to see them, or whatever. If you're just intentionally, and I mean intentionally, misgendering someone when you know that they are trans, and when you know that this is not their name anymore, and you're intentional, like, you're a dick. You're a dick. You're being a dick unnecessarily. I'm a dick, but like, I don't know, I'm funny, so I make it work. But the point is that like, if you're just if you're just being a dick just for the sake of being a dick, like, I hope that everybody knows how much of an asshole you are. Like that's, I don't know. Anyway, let's just continue. And that was an anticlimax because I had StreamYard up and not YouTube, but there we go.
Or your gender by declaration. That is not how this works. There is no other area of life in which people simply declare themselves to be a thing and everybody goes, oh, okay. Right? An objectively verifiable thing, right? There, you can declare your sexual orientation, right? You can declare a thing that you like. You can declare that you're a fan of this particular band.
What did he say there? Let's just go back there.
No other area of life in which people simply declare themselves to be a thing and everybody goes, oh, okay.
So he said that there is no other area of life where somebody simply declares to be a thing and everybody goes, oh, okay. But listen very closely to what he says literally directly after this.
Right? An objectively verifiable thing, right? There, you can declare your sexual orientation.
And everybody goes, oh, okay, good for you. Like, he's literally disproved his own point 5 fucking seconds after he makes it. Like, this is insane.
You can declare a thing that you like. You can declare that you're a fan of this particular band. You can declare that you have a sexual attraction to X, Y, or Z, right? That's all subjective. And all we have to go on is your behavior, which is objective, and your subjective self-assessment. However, when you're declaring something as core as your sex, there's no objectifiable.
Nobody is declaring nobody other than doctors declare sex, okay? Nobody other than doctors declares. There is not a single transgender individual on this planet who has said that their sex has changed. Nobody says that. That, like, okay, I know that Ben is still living in the fucking 1940s, and that's why he proudly went out on the internet 6 months ago and proudly declared that in the 20 years that he's been married, he's never gotten his fucking wife wet. But Ben still knows people who 20, 30 years ago were referred to as transsexual. That's what he's like. That's the thing that he still has in his head when he's talking about people who are transgender. The term has changed. Nobody says transsexual anymore. People say transgender because nobody changes their, like, you don't change your sex, you change your gender, you change what, like, how you present and what you present as. Like, that's what you're changing. You're not changing, like, you don't wake up one day after realizing, so you don't fall asleep on Tuesday and after saying on Tuesday, holy fuck, I'm trans. Like, that's what I've it's taken me until now, but this is what and then you wake up on Wednesday, and you peel back the bed sheets and you look down and just, oh shit, there's something different down there now. That's not what fucking happens. Nobody says that you're changing you're changing your gender, and that's what you're. The fact that it's just like it. I know that people are listening to this git, and I know that people are taking their talking points from this whiny Kermit the Froggy fucking dickhead. Because I mean, like, when I'm on Discord or when I'm talking to other people, it's so funny because after you kind of listen to Ben and to everybody else like him, so there's like Ben, there's Steven Crowder, there's fucking Jordan Peterson, there's Dave Rubin, all the other but like then you kind of go into the more kind of scary people and you're into like Stefan Monoliu, I can never say that cunt's last name. There's like an X and a Y in it, and fuck it. Anyway, the point is, you can hear their talking points that they're literally just repeating to you as if I already haven't heard them, or as if I haven't heard something very, very similar to it. It's just so, like, it just annoys the fuck out of me that people are actually listening to him.
No objective measure whatsoever whereby Ellen Page is a man. None. Right? She is a woman. And yet,
nope, she is living and as presenting as a man. So that makes her a man. It's just painful.
We are immediately told by the media that to even address Ellen Page or Eliot Page as a she is discriminatory. It's very bad and very discriminatory. And so you end up with complete inanities and insanities. Okay, so Ellen Page declared that she is now a man. Okay?
Ellen Page declared that she is now a man. Oh man, Jesus Christ, lads! I should take a page out of John Maddox's book and call myself a fucking prophet because of the amount of things that I'm able to foresee.
But she also declared that she is a queer man. Now, this is confusing.
Okay.
Because if she were a queer man, this would mean that she is attracted to men, which would technically mean that she's a straight woman.
Nope. That's not what that means. That's not what that means. So queer is a kind of and I am allowing myself to fully flex my own ignorance here because I'm going to say this as if I know what I'm talking about, but I probably don't. Queer is kind of like an umbrella term, and it kind of like incorporates, like, gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, like it includes a lot, like, and there's like asexual and intersex and all the like that kind of like includes a lot of those things. So for Elliot Page to refer to himself as a queer man, it's just another way of saying transgender man. That's kind of that's my understanding of it anyway. So I don't really see any sort of a contradiction there. It might not be, and this is not Eliot's fault. This is not anybody else who refers to themselves as this fault. It's Ben's fault and everybody else who doesn't go out there and do the fucking, research and look into this and actually kind of come to understand what they're talking about. It's their fault. It's not Eliot's. It's not anybody who is queer. It's their fault. But it just might not be the best way to get everybody to understand exactly what you mean. But again, that's Ben's fault, not anybody else's.
Right? Because if she is an actual woman attracted to men, this would make her a straight woman. But we know she's not that because she was a lesbian, right? So she is married to a woman, as far as I'm aware.
She's a straight man.
And that means that she is a lesbian, but now she is
she's now
a man. And according to her, this means that she is a white, straight male. So how's she queer? She's a white, straight male. So here is how Wikipedia tries to sum this up. You ready for this? According to Wikipedia, in January 2018, Page publicly announced his marriage to dancer and choreographer Emma Portner. So this means that Ellen Page is a gay man married to a woman, according to Wikipedia.
No, it doesn't mean that. No, it doesn't mean that he's a gay man. It means that he is a straight transgender man. That's what he is. So Elliot Page is attracted to women. He is transgender and he is a man. So take out the he is in all of that and you are left with straight transgender man. This is not complicated. It's not difficult.
Which makes no sense at all, like in any way, shape, or form. And you're expected to simply mirror this. Not only that, the left has particular standards with regard to who gets to play parts in movies. So, for example, Ellen Page, now Elliot Page.
The left has, I mean, what? Like we we'll make comments about who gets like who stars in certain movies, and if we're talking about people like actors who are getting like whitewashed or like any of these sorts of things, but I mean, like the left has never had like a particular like agreed upon standard for this, so I don't really know what the fuck. Like, I just want Ben to make sense, but he just doesn't because he's Ben Shapiro, and fuck, this is painful. Why did I choose to react to this?
Right, I'm saying Ellen Page not because I wish to offend Elliot Page, but because
yes, you do.
Until 5 seconds ago, nobody had ever heard of Elliot Page, so nobody knows who the hell I'm talking about. So I'm going to use the name that people know her as. And then over time, if you want to call it Elliot Page, that's fine. But for like today, I feel like it's fair to mention that Ellen Page and Elliot Page are the same person, so that if somebody tunes in and hears Elliot Page, they don't think Ellen has a brother. Okay? So here's the headline from TV Insider. Elliot Page reportedly to continue in same role on Umbrella Academy. Now, Umbrella Academy on Netflix, it started off, the series itself is based on a comic book. In the comic book, Ellen Page, who, again, is a woman, and is in the series a cisgender woman, right? Like a woman who is a woman, is a...
Look at that. Look at that snarmy fucking... Oh my God. Look at that language. Look at that phrase. A woman who is a woman, who is an actual woman. Dude, you're such a piece of fucking shit. Oh my God, you're such a piece of shit. Fuck me, man. Jesus fuck, oh my God, I hate Ben. I hate Ben Shapiro so much. Fucking hell, man. Like, I just want to just kind of quell this fucking myth, right? About like, normal man, normal woman, like any of the, like any of that stuff. I fucking God, I hate it, man. I absolutely hate it. fucking hate it, man. Okay, so there's a few people watching this. There's a few people who are kind of consistently in the comments. So we have MathPig, we've Dave, and we have Junk Shop Library. I'm not overly familiar with Junk Shop, so maybe I'll, just because of that, I might just leave you out of this particular example. But you know, me, MathPig, and Dave, we've been on streams like quite a lot, and we've had quite a lot of conversations. We've spent hours talking, right? You know, like over the last little while. I'm not a betting man. Okay, I don't usually make bets, right, or anything else like that. Okay, I don't. I just don't usually. I don't have anything against people who do, but I just personally I just don't. Right. However, I am willing to bet my house that me, MathPig, and Dave all have a different idea of what it takes to be a normal man, and what, you know, like manliness really is. Right. And that's not just for us three. That's like for the vast majority of guys. Like, just for the vast majority of guys, we all have a different idea of what a manly man is. So for me, right, for me personally, you know, so Ben's, you know, like typical idea of what a man would be, I'm guessing, is, you know, the breadwinner of the house. I hate that fucking phrase. I'm probably not even saying it right. Breadwinner, as in like he won bread. That's how I'm saying it. It's probably wrong. Anyway, I don't know. But he, you know, like the whole kind of like fucking conservative white dream of like a white picket fence and 2.4 kids, and you know that he's the head of the household and he calls the shots and all that. That's probably what Ben's idea of a manly man is, or of like a masculine man, or like, you know, something on those lines. The point is it's just oh fuck, what the happened there? Okay. The point is that like we have a different idea of what that is and of what that means. And that's okay. But we all have a different, there is no set standard, there's no set criteria, there's no like, you know, list of 10 things and you have to check all of them, and if you don't, then you're not a man. So like all of us have this, like our own idea of our own version of what a manly man is. And that's the point. So like Ben thinking that his example is completely right, or that anybody else's example is completely right, it's just bullshit. He's lying to himself and to his audience, which wouldn't exactly be rare for Ben, but you know, even still.
Is a straight woman in the first season. In the second season, Ellen Page becomes a lesbian because Ellen Page is a lesbian in real life, I guess. I mean, I assume that's what the plan was there, and that it has something to do with how Ellen Page wanted to act, because my understanding is that's not something directly from the comic book series. If it is, forgive me, that's fine. Who cares? Okay, but here's the part that's hilarious. So
Okay, so he's saying that because Eliot is now a transgender man, that he's not able to, and get ready for this bit, act as though, like, as the character of a cis woman. He's an actor. That's what he does. It's his job. Like,
to Variety, they say there are no plans to change the character Ellen Page plays her gender on the Umbrella Academy. So the series is publicly showing their support, and they say they are proud of their superhero. We love you, Eliot, but Eliot will be playing a woman. Now, I've been firmly informed that this is discrimination and cultural appropriation. When Scarlett Johansson, a straight woman, was slated to play a transgender man in a movie, this was considered very, very bad form. In fact, only trans people could play trans characters. So I have a question. If Elliot Page...
I mean, okay, look, is it better, like, optically and for, like, to kind of renew spirits in kind of younger trans people? I'm talking like people who are like 14, 15, 16 who are trans, to see trans actors in like mainstream like movies or TV shows or anything. I don't know why, by the way. This is a completely different, why I keep pausing on a picture of Ben's like deformed face, like maybe like midway after somebody, has the glory of actually punching his incredibly punchable face. I don't know why how that happens. Anyway, point is, like, yeah, it would be better if people could see like a trans actor in a mainstream like project, if a mainstream like movie, TV show, Netflix show, whatever. It doesn't really matter. The point is that like it. I mean, okay. Fucking hell. There have been actors who are straight who have portrayed gay people in movies and in TV shows, and vice versa. That's not a problem because they're not lying, they're acting. That's what their job is. That's what they're paid to do. They're paid to act. So, like, I don't get what your point is. Like, you're like, they're acting. Look, is it better that, like, that gay actors are playing gay characters? Yeah, sure. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying that, like, that's been happening for a very long time, and it's pretty much okay. So just stop bitching. Fuck, I can feel myself slowly going insane listening to this overrated vocal cords only on speed level of fucking idiocy.
is in fact a man, the way that the media have declared that she is a man, then why is she allowed to play a cisgender woman? Is that not cultural appropriation? If a
No,
normal
acting.
non-trans man decided to play a woman today, everybody would suggest that this was a violation of long-standing cisgender woman. Is that not cultural appropriation? If a normal non-trans man decided to play a woman today,
there we go. Well, normal. There's that word. Look, fucking hell. Oh. This whole idea of normal versus non-normal, my brain is literally going to mush. This kind of goes back to something that I said as well. It's like I said earlier. It's like, okay, just like how everybody's version of what it means to be masculine and what it means to be, feminine, like those kind of like that as like a stereotype, or that as like a concept, just like how everybody has their idea of what a man is and what a woman is, right? Or like what it means to be those things. Everybody also has their idea of what it means to be normal, like of what normal is. So it's sort of like, what's the phrase? Is it an oxymoron? Is that the phrase that I'm thinking of, or is that the term that I'm thinking of? Because like everybody's definition of normal is going to be different, therefore it cannot be normal because it's like even in slight ways. So like from like very very slight changes to more like bigger radical changes, it's different than everybody else's definition. The point is that it like it's going to be very, very rare to find somebody who has an identical definition of what normal is than like you do or I do or anybody else does. The point is, like, it's fucking stupid. This whole concept of what like normal is just ridiculous. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's like, okay, like, so to every guy, right? Every guy who is in the live chat and every guy who is who is going to watch this afterwards, right? To you, okay, to you, right? I can't stop thinking about that. Yeah, sorry, I just put that fucking comedy bit in my head now and it's going over and over. Anyway, um, so to any guy who is in the live chat, right? It might not be normal to you, right? But it is normal to me. Now, it might not be normal to you, but it is to me that once a month I shave my asshole because I find it easier to wipe, right? Now, that might not be normal to you, but that is to me. And that's exactly my point, is that to me is normal. That's, that's what I normally do. Again, I'm on a once a month fucking schedule. I do it every single month. But the point is that not every guy is going to think the same thing and not every guy is going to be of the same opinion. But that's the point, is that there is no such thing as normal. Not really, because everybody's fucking definition or version of it is different.
Everybody would suggest that this was a violation of long-standing norms. It was cultural appropriation. But if a woman declares herself a man, then you have to make a choice. Either she is a man, in which case she can't play a woman anymore, or she is not a man, in which case she's not a man. But because our culture...
No, she's just a transgender man who is playing a cis woman. She is, like, acting. It's fucking acting. It's not... Oh, God. It's like, is he going to go out, if there's like a fucking historical fucking film that comes out next year, right, about Julius Caesar, is he going to come out and is he going to say, oh, well, it's cultural appropriation because, whoever is playing is not actually Julius Caesar, and therefore it's fucking cultural appropriation? I'm trying, how does Ben do that? I almost, like, had an aneurysm trying to talk that fast. Anyway, look, the point is that what he's going to say? Because if it is, then sure, fine. Then he's just an idiot, and we can just kind of swat him aside as just an idiot. If that's what his standard is, if his standard of, if you're not Julius Caesar, then you cannot play Julius Caesar. If that's what his standard is, and that acting is just a fucking, like, I don't know, myth to him, then sure, we can just swat him aside as just. But I would, again, willing to bet my house that he would say no, that if somebody, no, it's just acting. They're not, of course, they're not actually Julius Caesar. They're just acting. They're just playing the part. Well, why the fuck can't Eliot Page do that?
Culture is unbelievably stupid. It is both, right? That is the way that this works. So good news, Eliot Page can still play women and also can play transgender men, presumably can also play men, which is really exciting. One further note.
Can also play men. So it's what twice the men, twice the man of men, but men of man, twice the amount of men. He's playing two men. That's fucking talent. That's talent. If you're that good of an actor that you can play two men, that's good. That's good. Or is it like a two-person reenactment of, like, the human centipede, but it's not the head, it's the different or is it the head, or is it like the different body part going into the different. The point is, men is just a stupid thing that he said, but he said it confidently, and that's why I'm taking fun. That's why I'm making fun of it.
On all of this, if you feel like this is crazy and that this is being crammed down on you, that is because it is. That is because this is not a fringe phenomenon anymore, right? This is something the Democratic Party fully...
What do you, like, you're saying that like it's a bad thing. You're saying that like, oh my, can you believe the level of fucking degeneracy that we have gotten to, where this is not like fucking on the fringes of society, and why this is not like met with shock and awe. He's outraged that this has become normal. It's just like, dude, these are people's fucking lives. This is like people's reality. This is what people are going through on a daily fucking basis. And you're like, holy fuck, man. Holy fuck. Like, this is just, oh God. It's like, I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even know what to do with it. I don't even know what to do with this video
embraces
anymore.
and pushes. Yesterday, Chuck Schumer, the Senate Minority Leader, he said that he is fully with Joe Biden on mandating from the federal government that transgender people be allowed to use the bathroom of their choice.
There we go. There we go. How the fuck did I think? How did I think that we could get through a Republican talking about transgender people and not bring up where they fucking go for a piss and a shit? Oh, God. I've got literally less than 3 minutes left of this video. I don't think I can do it. I genuinely don't think I can do it. Like, I'm actually just going to skip the last 3 minutes. I had genuinely planned on doing the whole thing. I genuinely planned on doing it. Like, that was the intention. That was the goal of this video, was just to talk about, Elliot Page's, like a broader topic, and then do the whole reaction to the Ben video. But I genuinely don't think I can do it anymore. I have been in a bathroom, right? I know for a fact that I have been in a bathroom where there have also been trans people in that bathroom. I was not I wasn't afraid. I wasn't worried. I wasn't, going like, "Ooh, there's a fanny in my vicinity." Like, that's not what I don't know what goal Ben goes into the bathroom with, like what the goal is when he sets out to pee or to poo. But my goal is to pee or to poo. I don't give a fuck who's in there with me or what they're doing, as long as they're not, like, I don't know, holding anybody, like unless they've dragged somebody in there and they're like, like doing something harmful to them, then sure, I'll give a fuck. But for most situations, I don't give a fuck what anybody is doing in there. I go in and I pee and I poo and then I leave. That's it. That's all I do. Right? It's just like, I don't, like, 9 times out of 10, I hate so fanny is like it's an Irish slang. I don't even really know if it's like a slang word, but it's like another name for a vagina. So that's just where that's coming from. But it's just like I have never gone into a bathroom, right? If I'm out in like, if I'm out in public, okay, if I'm at like a restaurant, or if I'm in college, right? Fucking perfect example, okay? If I'm in college, right? And as would happen during the day, right? When you're there for like 5 or 6 hours or more, you occasionally you'll need to pee, right? So you go into the bathroom during college. I have never gone in there and requested a head count to make sure that the ratio of bodies to penises is exactly equal. I've never done that because I've never fucking cared. I don't, like, fuck it, dude. I mean, like, even if there wasn't somebody who was trans, even if there wasn't somebody who was presenting as male, even if there was somebody who was like cisgender, who was female, who for some reason felt it more comfortable to go into the guy's bathroom, I wouldn't even give a fuck about that. I genuinely wouldn't. If you feel more comfortable going into the male bathroom, even though you are cisgender and you are female, I'm not gonna, like, I'm not gonna call anybody. I'm not gonna be like, there's a situation in here you have to sort out. Like, this is, like, we're into some freaky areas here. Like, there's people presenting as, and this is male, but like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I might, okay, 9 times out of 10, because I hate using the urinal. I find them weird. I find them odd. If you use a urinal, good for you. But to be totally, no, I just find them odd. You're only a slight eye glance away from seeing another man's penis, and I just no, I'm just not comfortable with it. The point is, 9 times out of 10, I will use a stall, right? So if I left a stall, okay, if I left and I saw somebody who was at the sink, right? Who was, cisgender, who was female, who was in there, I might kind of go, oh, fuck, I've gone into the wrong one. That would probably be the first thing that's crossed my mind. But after realizing, no, there's urinals over there, so I'm obviously in the right place. She just isn't. The point is that, like, I'm not going to be like, oh, holy fuck, I have to call. So, I have to get this sorted out because this is a little bit of an issue. This is a little bit of a weird out situation that we're in right here. That's not like, I don't give a fuck. If you find it more comfortable to pee in the men's bathroom, then you pee in the men's bathroom, and that is complete. Like that covers everybody, but especially trans people. I don't give a fuck. I've never felt in danger. I've never felt, oh my god, I'm in the bathroom with a trans person and they're pre-op. Are they gonna be jealous of my penis, but for different reasons apart from just how massively fucking long it is? Like, are they gonna be like? That's never fucking crossed my mind. Like, I don't. Okay, there are a lot of things, right? And there are a lot of positions, and there are a lot of statements that mainly conservative people will make, right? Where they'll kind of they'll say a policy position of theirs or a social position of theirs that even though I don't agree with it, I can understand where they're coming from, right? I can understand, like what their main point is and why they've arrived at that, uh, you know, um, uh, position, right? The whole bathroom thing is just, nah, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Like, but you see, here's the other thing. Like, even though I absolutely cannot fucking stand her and that she is a fucking transphobe, even though she is transgender herself, um, Blair White, like, nobody is going to argue that she doesn't present as female, even though she is trans. So, but nobody's going to argue that she doesn't present as female. So obviously, no, like, vast majority of people are not going to have many issues with her going into the female bathroom. The point is, she either had she's either just recently had bottom surgery or she actually hasn't had bottom surgery. I'm not actually 100% sure which one it is. The point is, up until a certain point, like even after like she was long presenting as female, she went in there, but she had a peepee. She didn't have, her. So okay, so her front bottom was an outie, not an innie, right? That's the point. Like, the point is that like the other women who were in the female bathroom with her at the time either didn't notice or didn't care. So the point is that even if you do present as one gender and yet you have the genitals that is associated with a different gender, like, most people are not going to care. And that's the point, is that, like, I mean, the only way that you can be like really, and I mean fucking really sure that the person that you are letting into the male bathroom is male and has the genitals that are associated with being male, is if you just kind of is if you is if you have somebody at the door, right, who's stopping everybody going in and is saying, just sorry there, sir, just 1 second, just wanted to just do a little quick little, and then, "Ooh, nope, you're good, go on." Like, that's the only way they're going to do that. Obviously that's never going to happen because that's sexual harassment. So the point is that you can never really be sure, but like, it's just it just doesn't make any fucking sense to me. I just really just don't understand it. The fact that, like, you are so obsessed with what somebody has between their legs when they're going for a pee. I just It's baffling to me. I just do not understand it. I don't get it. It just doesn't make sense to me in any way, shape, or form. Oh, So that was a fucking riot. That was an absolute riot. Um, fuck. Okay. If there is anybody who's in the live chat who wants to kind of jump in and to have a chat about this with me, then absolutely just kind of say so down below, and I'll post the link into the live chat. But if not, I'm going to be kind of finishing up in the next couple of minutes because I don't really have much else to kind of say about it, and I've been talking about it for almost an hour now anyway. Um, so yeah, so just comment if you want to jump in. If you disagree with anything that I've said, if you want to, like get your voice out, if you want to get your, opinions out there, just say so. I'll bring you in. There's no problem. Um, but yeah, so I have a video that I have scheduled for tomorrow, and then next week I think is it Monday and Wednesday, or is it Tuesday and Thursday? I'm not actually 100% sure. But the point is, yeah, I have 2 videos this week and 2 videos next week. Um, I'm not like I obviously took a little bit of a hiatus away from YouTube for a little while. In fact, the last video that I was a part of, we didn't actually know who the results of the election. So yeah, that's a month. A month. Yeah, it's a month. Um so obviously, yeah, I've kind of taken a little bit of a break. Um so yeah, I'm still kind of getting back into it. There was some personal reasons why I took a break, and I'm not saying that they're okay now because they're not. But I kind of figured I might as well jump back in and do a video or two anyway. So, and there was just a lot of stuff that was happening that I was kind of like, I want to talk about this, but then again, I don't, and it was just yeah. So that was my whole process. So anyway, I've left it a minute or so now. There's nobody that's kind of said that they want to jump in, so I'll go ahead and end this video. You'll see me at the same time tomorrow, literally the exact same time tomorrow. I have all of them actually scheduled for quarter. I don't know why I chose 3:15, but I just do. I just did, or 3:15 for the Americans. Um, so yeah, so yeah, I'll see you tomorrow around the same time. Thank you to everybody who joined in, who commented along, who made me laugh. That's always a bonus. So yeah, 3:15 tomorrow. What the fuck video am I doing tomorrow? That'd be a good idea to plug, wouldn't it? What video am I doing tomorrow? Oh, that's going to be a good one. Tomorrow's video is going to be on baby Trump having a tantrum in the White House when he was asked a question by a reporter, and he literally went fucking apeshit, and he was like, and he was saying like, don't ever talk to the president that way, and I'm the president of the United States. And it's just like, oh god, you absolute man, baby, you absolute man child. So yeah, that is tomorrow. I'm going to be talking about the whole thing of like why people, like the general opinion of Republicans towards Trump and this and that and the other thing, and probably some other stuff about the fact that you know he lost the election, and he's high as fuck on that copium. So yeah, there'll probably be like a lot of that kind of stuff just kind of molded into the one. But yeah, so that's going to be pretty much it really. So yeah, as I say, until 23 hours from now. So until then, cider and port out.